Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is the part 4 of the Android course. So we will do here the database. So we will understand how the database work in Android. So as you know, the database is where we have to store our data, and data such that in the form of text or maybe images or videos, or maybe in case of binary data, so we call it as a blob. So where in database we have four kind of operations, that is CRUD. So C means create, R means retrieve, U means update, and D means delete. So first we need to create a table or create some data. It means inserting some data inside a table, and then we can retrieve the data. It means we retrieve the rows of a table. Then we could also update that data, or we can also delete that data. So in case of relational data, we have these kind of major operations. So what kind of tools we required? We require the database management system like MySQL, Oracle, and Derby or the SQLite databases. There are other database management systems are also there, but these are the most famous database management systems. So first we understand what is the model of a web application and the mobile application, by which we can understand the database. So suppose we have a mobile application or a web application. So we take an example of a Paytm. So in Paytm will display you the images of some shoes. Then when you click on the shoes, then it will display you the detailed description of the shoes. So how the application work? As soon as you open the Paytm page, it will load all the inventories that the application has. So it means it whatever you see, that is called the client, and then there is a server, and the client sends the request to the server, and the server sends the request to database server. So it means that the server sends a request to database because it wants to access some data for that application. So that is the main model of the web application, and also for the mobile application. But in case of simple mobile application, like we are creating only the mobile application of one page, two page, or only few pages, so in that case we have used the SQLite database in our Android development. So as in our course, we have to cover the SQLite database only. So why we have cover SQLite database? So we will see here. So we could say SQLite is a embedded database. It means it is inbuilt inside the application. So we don't need the database servers or the database management systems like MySQL or Derby or Oracle. These could be used with the enterprise application, but for the simple mobile application, we have only used the SQLite database because it is embedded in the Android app itself. So what is database API? So database API are the classes that we used for accessing the data from the database. So why we use SQLite in case of Android? Because it is lightweight. So it is just a single file. It is not like the other databases of MySQL or the Oracle. And second thing, it is optimized for a single user. And third, it is stable and fast. So first question, that where is the database stored? So we have that structure, data, and then package name, then databases. Here are the two files, Starbuzz and Starbuzz Journal. So journal is just the description file, and the main database is a database file. So here the name of the database is Starbuzz. That's why it is just storing a file with the name Starbuzz. So this is the database API. So if you already know the other database drivers or the database API, then this API will be very similar or very familiar for you. So we have, as you know, the JDBC connectivity with in case of Java applications. So similarly we have some classes. So database API means application platform interface. It means we need some classes to connect with the database. So here the first class is, so we need only the 3 class for the basic purpose. So the first class is SQLite Open Helper. So first thing we have to do to create and manage database. For that purpose we need the SQLite Open Helper class. So we need to override that class and then write the creation of a table or the management of the table in that class. After that we have cursor. So whenever we have the whenever we have to access the data from the database in terms of rows, so we have to read these rows and the write. So that is similar to the result set in JDBC. So for that purpose we have the cursor classes, and the last we have the SQL databases, which give us access to the database like SQL connection in JDBC. So you have to remember, that is the most important question, what are the 3 classes that we have to use. You don't need to confuse, you have to remember. First is SQLite Open Helper, second is cursor, third is the SQLite database. So SQLite Open Helper means it is opening up a class for creating and manage the DB, and the cursor means to just read and write the database, and the SQLite database is the class to just give you the access to the database. So let's understand the first class, SQLite Open Helper. So it has mainly 2 main methods, onCreate and onUpgrade. We must override both these methods to work our application properly. So onCreate method gets called when the database first gets created on the device. As you know the name onCreate, it means as soon as that we have application running, so for that class we have to override the onCreate method, because we have to write that code for which we have to create our table. And an upgrade method whenever we want to need some upgradation. So we could have version 1, version 2, version 3 for the database. In version 1 we have only one table, in version 2 maybe we have more than one table, or maybe we have changed some columns, or maybe some add or delete some columns. So for that purpose we have to use the onUpgrade method, but only for the creation purpose we have to use the onCreate method. So we have to create the tables inside the onCreate method, and we have to update the table inside the onUpgrade method. So that is the main class that is inherited from the object class. So in Java all the classes are inherited from the object class. Then we have SQLite onCreate and onUpgrade methods that we have already discussed. So in this the parameters are the SQLite database, and on upgrade we have the SQLite database int. Here int means the previous version and the new version. Similarly we have the option of downgrading of a database, and we have other methods also on open, get readable database, but we have to need to remember only these 2 methods, on create and on upgrade, because we have to use only these 2 methods in this example. Then understand the SQLite database. So the third class is the SQLite database. So we have one more class, cursor, but first understand the SQLite database class. So here we have like a execute SQL string. It means whatever query we have to use the execute SQL method. Similarly we have method for the inserting. Here we have the parameters string and content values. So content values means whatever you want to insert in that table, we have to that store in the content values. We will see this, let's wait. Then we have update. So we could do 4 operations: insert, update, delete and retrieve. So as I told you initially that we have 4 kind of operation: CRUD, create, retrieve, update and delete. So these are the operations you see here: insert, update and delete, and execute SQLs. So first class is for the creation and upgrade of database. It means creation and upgrade of the table. And the second class SQL database for the insertion, updation, deletion and execute any SQL query. So let's understand. So first we have a class Starbuzz database helper. So that class we have extended from the SQLite Open Helper class. So that is the main class that we have discussed earlier, that this is the class we have to override we have to override, we have to extend that class, and we have to override two methods. We have to must override two methods, on create and on upgrade. And these are the parameters that we have already discussed, that here the on upgrade we have old version and the new version also. So when you write that class, you have to override this, and initially these methods are the empty methods, and here we have to pass in the constructor there is a context, so we need to also pass that context in the constructor. Then we will see. So first we name the database name. So for that purpose we have just create a static final string with a string name db underscore name. It is a global variable, so that's why we have write it with the capital letter. So its name is the starbuzz. So our database name is starbuzz, and we have also create a db version that is equals to 1. So what will we do? We have to pass that context to the super class, and we have to also pass the db name and db version. Here we have passed the null, so but you don't need to understand why we pass it null. So main thing is that database name and database version. So initially this is the first version, so we have write here the 1. So you have to keep one thing is that as soon as you run the code, it doesn't mean that the database is created. The database is created only when the user needs to access the data from the database. Only when the database is created. Otherwise, the database is not created. So as you know, in database we have we have tables, and in tables we have the columns, and the columns means we have the data types. So we have different kinds of data types like integer. So here we have a type integer for the integer type of data, and then we have for character type of data we have text, and for floating point number we have real. For numeric for boolean dates and the date times we have the numeric data types, and for the binary large object we have blob. So you have to understand this thing, as you have you already understand that in the previously you have database course. If you have already done the database course, then you can easily understand all these things. So what is the table of the create table? So what is the syntax of the create table? So create table and then table name. So we want to create a table with the name drink. So what's the columns? First is the underscore id. So underscore id is the primary key that is of integer type, and we have do it auto increment. And the second is name, that is of text type, and description is also text type, and then image source id is of integer type. So we have that table. So we have using the structured query language. So that is the structured query language, that is the SQL. So let's see where we have to write that create table query. We have to write that in the on create method, because on create method is used for creating the table. So here we have a object of SQLite database db. So we will call the database dot execute SQL. So why we call this? Because we have, if you see here, we have that method execute SQL. So we have a class SQLite database, and we have method execute SQL. So any SQL we want to execute, we use that method SQL execute SQL. So let's move again. So here we have a SQLite database db, and we have passed this creation table syntax here. So how we can insert now? So we have already done how we can create the table. Now the question is how we can. First we create the database, then we create the table. After that we have to insert the rows inside the table. So how we can insert? We have a content values object. So what is content values object? It is like a key value pair. So we have to first create the object. So the object name here is drink values. Then we have to put the key values. So in our case, we have a name column, we have description column, and we have image resource id column. So we have to put all these things and then we have the key value pair. So for the name we have latte, so that is the name of a coffee, and then description, that is espresso and steamed milk. Then we have the image source ID. So here we use the r.driver.latte. So we have that is of a hexadecimal number. So as you know that it is a image, and we have a unique ID for that image that is stored under the R file. So how we can access this? We can access by using the r.driver.latte. That is the ID of the image source ID. So it means there is a image for the latte coffee or the latte drink. So now for insertion, we have already know that we have a method insert. So we have used the SQLite database DB object and then call the insert method. So what is the syntax here? So that is the table name, then we have to pass null, then we have to pass the content values object. So here we have the content value object drink values. So inside the drink values we have the name, description and the image source ID. Then as soon as you run the db.insert, it will insert the rows inside the table. So now let's look the whole code. So we have already discussed there is a class starbase database helper which extends the SQLite helper. Then we have database name, database version. Then we have passed the database name and the database version to the super class. It means we have passed it to the SQLite open helper class. So that is the code for creating the database. Then we have done we have to understand how we can create a table. So that is the code for creation of a table. Here we have insert the drink. So now we use the method insert drink and we pass all these values like database name, like the database object, SQLite database object with all these entries. So how we can use this? Here we have the insert method. So we have created static method. So that's why we don't need to calling through some object. We have called insert static method directly. So what we do? So we have passed database name, description and resource ID, and here we have created the content values. If we don't create that method, in that case we have to write all these 4-5 lines for all these 3 entries. So it means around 15 line we have to write here. Now we have used the function, so we have to use only the 5 lines here. So that's the beauty of the function. That is the beauty of the object oriented programming languages, or that is the beauty of the modular languages. So you understand. So we have to just put these values. So similarly we have the update. If we want to update instead of insert, then what we have to do, we have to first the table name, then the values that we want to put here. So if you see that we want to update the description to tasty. So here we have created drink values object, and then what we want to change? We want to change for the name equals to question mark or description equals to question mark. It means where the name equals to latte or the description equal to our best drip coffee. So or here we have joined it together by using the or. So we have the operators like or, and, or not, as similar to the SQL language. So it means we want to update the drink row where the name is latte and the description is our best drip coffee to tasty. So this is the way by which we can update our drink table. Similarly we have delete. So here the syntax, first the table name, then where clause, and then where arguments. So here we want to drink where whose name is latte. We want to delete that object whose name is latte. So that's the end of the database. So you can understand easily how we can insert, how we can delete, how we can update. So everything is covered in this tutorial. So that is very easy tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much.